Good afternoon. So we are back with the Red Corner chat, and today I have a very inspirational guest that's going to chat to me, Tanja Dekker, who is an award-winning entrepreneur. Good evening, Tanja.
Hi, good evening, Shamila, and good evening to all the listeners and viewers out there on Red Corner Chat. Thank you for the opportunity.
So Tanja, I'm going to get right into it. Do you maybe want to tell us who exactly is Tanja Dekker?
Well, that's always a very interesting question. Well, who am I? I am a mompreneur. I have a beautiful 7-year-old son called Heinrich. He's now grade 1. And I have a lovely husband, supportive husband. And I'm also a business owner and an entrepreneur. And I absolutely love marketing. Marketing is my passion. And I believe that, we really need to get our voices out there, especially us as businesswomen. And that is what marketing is all about for me, is that we need to voice who we are and what we do out there. And that's me.
Wonderful. So you received an award. Do you maybe want to tell me what the award was about and why do you think you achieved that?
Well, I must say that the award came to such a surprise last year. It was so unexpected. And if you look back, us as women in business, we are always busy. And we come from a period where we really struggled out there. We struggled in the past. We stood up for who we are and what we do. And this award is such a beautiful award, actually. It's called the CEO Global Pan-African Award for Most Influential Women in Business and Government. And it was awarded to myself it's in the entrepreneur category for SMEs. And I must say that it was an absolute pleasure to share the stage with you, Shamila. It was great to see you on the stage as well. It's always an honor to be with you on stage. And congratulations to you as well, receiving the award also in the SME category. Yay! Well done.
So much for that. Tanja, tell me about your day. You get up in the morning. What is the first thing you do, or how do you start your day? It's very interesting. I like speaking to other entrepreneurs because everyone has a different story or a different planning mechanisms in place. So what do you do?
Well, when we wake up in the morning, we have family time. I think it's the best time of day to start off with some family time. We make lovely cups of coffee and then we sit and chat and be there for one another. And then the whole day gets all dear mekaar, if I can say it like that. We have to get dressed and at school and, have to get the son ready. And then the day starts because then he needs to be dropped off at school. And then I rush back. And then I always try and be in front of the computer at 8 o'clock. It never, sometimes works, it sometimes doesn't really work. But, we always try and rush and know that, okay, I've got this project that I need to get to. So the day starts off with a bit of family time. I think that's important, especially because we are in such a rushed time of life these days. So and then get in front of the computer and start grafting, get into the project.
Yes, I know. We have to work. I think as entrepreneurs, we work at 20 hours a day, but we have reason for it because we don't have that set salary at the end of the month. We've got to earn it. And the harder you can achieve your goals, but it doesn't work out all the time. There's some months you would go without a salary. So just to take me back to when you started your business, if you just want to tell us a bit about your business, the name of your business, how you started, what was the thought behind it, was it passion driven, and just a little bit about it.
Well, I have always had a dream to start my own business, and in 2008, my dream actually it was born. It came alive, and it's so wonderful to be able to resign from a company and just take your ideas that you have and bring them to life. And my company, Cube Studio, we are a full service marketing agency. was born and started in 2008. And it's such a wonderful journey. It's filled with so much growth and opportunity and business partnerships, learning. I mean, we all make mistakes, at the end of the day, and we all learn from our mistakes, and that's how our businesses grow. But just starting off the business in 2008 opened up so many opportunities and opened up so many doors. I mean, I could create jobs for the younger generation out there that is the lifeblood of South Africa. That is, that is our generation that we need to look after, because they are taking the legacy forward in business. And if I can, at the end of the day, create a platform for these younger generation, and even if my company is a starting point for them, just knowing that you're putting into these younger generation or people makes such a difference. And that's the passion I had, is to start my company and use it as a platform. If people want to come in, help them grow, show them the way, teach them the business strategy, and give them a start in life. And that's what is my passion. I love people, and I live for people. And I think it's not all about business. If I think it's not all about, it's about money, but it's not for me. For me, it's all about the passion, the drive, the excitement, the accomplishments, the reward after you've completed a project for clients. And Cube Studio is still going strong. It's now 12 years. We celebrate 12 years. It's been challenging out there. If you think of all the struggles that we have, if you think of the recessions that we had to survive, but I think it's also a spiritual journey. Shamila, I'm sure you would agree with me. It's also a spiritual journey, and having faith and having hope, and believing in what we have as a company and in who we are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Tanja, I just wanted to check with you. You mentioned job creation. I love that. I love it when people are giving others opportunities. Just on your business strategy, can you just briefly tell me how you do it, and how you plan, and when do you plan? Is it the beginning of the year? Is it the second quarter? Just to give us a bit of insight on that.
Well, when it comes to a business strategy, I mostly in corporates, I focus on marketing strategy. But being a business owner, you have to have your own plan in place. You can't run a company if you don't have a business plan or a marketing strategy. Because, we need to take direction. And in order to take direction, we need to come up with our goals, our plans. What are we going to do? You have to decide, where are you at? Where do you want to be? How are we going to get there, at the end of the day? So for me, business strategy is crucial and key to the success of growth, of a business. And I normally start planning in October, November for the new year. And then I would look at, all the successes that we had, the failures that we had, and we would weigh them up against each other and then see what can I do to improve and grow for the next year. Thinking about, if you take your SWOT analysis, now a SWOT is basically your strengths and your weaknesses of the business and your opportunities and your threats. And then you view those and then you see, what can I do to improve? What can I do to stand out above the competition? And then from there, I put all the goals in place. And of course, you need the measurables, because without the measurables, you can't determine growth. And I normally do it in October, November. And then hopefully all sets out well, and then we can start the year with a bang.
Well, I'm actually smiling because you mentioned SWOT analysis, and as you were speaking, it came to mind that, that's what I would do. And I was actually, that was going to be my next question on SWOT analysis. But, we know as business people, we work on the SWOT analysis, we do the SMART objectives, and just to get business aligned and to see what's out there. But Tanja, it's so interesting, but I just want to actually, it's prevalent now to talk about COVID-19 and the effects it's had on businesses. But before I go to that, What were your major challenges when it came to inception? You know, starting your business. Did you have any financial challenges or resources? Anything that you want to take me through?
Well, yes, I think any company when you start off has got many challenges to face. You know, we are starting. I think one of the biggest challenges is that nobody knows you, and that you have to start from the beginning. And yes, you might have worked for a different company previously, but now you're starting a company. You've got no, let's say, there's no loyalty out there at the moment. You know, there's no trust out there. So I need to go out and start from scratch and build loyalty and build the client's trust, and explain to the client that, you know, we are here to help you grow and to give you a voice in the marketplace. And the challenges are financial, yes, because you do need capital to start off with. And I must say, I started off with, if I can remember correctly, with about, I think it was 800 Rand in my pocket. And the company just grew, because I mean, it's all about clever marketing at the end of the day. It's how
Yes.
you market and what you do. And the biggest seller for marketing is content and telling that story. And then from there, once you've told the story, you can then think about what is the pretty pictures to showcase that story at the end of the day. And then the graphic design part can start or can come. But yeah, I think the challenges out there, starting a new company, is capital. It is your finances. You don't need a lot. You must just do clever marketing. And then also to get clients, you know, at the end of the day, is new business development. What are you going to do in order to grow the company with new clients? How are you going to get them? What are you going to say? What is the story that you're going to tell at the end of the day? And I think that is the two major challenges that stood out for me when I started the company.
I think it's so important. You know, whenever I speak on various platforms, I mention personal branding is so important. So if you can elevate yourself first and get you out there where people portray this image and they know exactly who the person is behind the brand or the company, that will actually help quite a lot. Do you agree?
I agree. Yes, I definitely agree, because at the end of the day, if I think about it, same with your company, FamRam, is that we are the face of the company. You know, we are the brand. And, you know, at the end of the day is that we need to personal brand ourselves, you know, in order to showcase who we are and what we have to offer. Because at the end of the day, you know, a logo or a brand out there, it doesn't really mean anything. And a lot of people get confused by it. And then I always say is, I'm the ambassador. I'm the brand ambassador. I'm the voice of the company at the end of the day. You know, if people don't like me in the first, what is it, the first 3 minutes or the first 30 seconds or 60 seconds, if I walk into a room, if people don't like what they see, they won't buy from you. And you can have the most beautiful content and the most beautiful designed graphics out there, but it's not going to help at the end of the day. We are the personal brand of the company.
Absolutely. I so agree with you. Tanja, just on COVID-19, you know, it's the talk. It's the talk of everybody right now globally. We look at COVID-19 and we say it's taught us so many lessons. Some are good, some are bad. We can say it's going to be really good going forward because it made us realize so much. But just effects on businesses, your business and SMMEs out there. How do you think it's impacted everybody?
Shamila, it's been such a sad, you know what I always, what I think is that we shouldn't get negative. And, you know, through amidst all the problems and everything that we were facing and all the struggles that we had to go through, it's such a sad topic actually to talk about because of the challenges out there, because of the human suffering, the lives, the livelihoods that we need to look after and look at. I've looked at a bit of research, and 70% of startup companies had to terminate contracts. And, you know, it's sad out there because, I mean, us as SMEs, we are the ones that actually create the jobs. You know, we are the ones that should be looked after. We help to build the economy. We're the lifeline of the economy, and and for me, I'm saddened. I'm saddened about what is happening out there, and all the families that are affected out there, because companies close down. Companies that you don't even think that would have closed down, have closed down, and it's so difficult. It's such a big struggle. So yeah, it's a heavy topic for me to talk about. But you know what? Before we get heavy, let me start from the start. Okay, so how it happened actually is like, let's tell a story and be a little bit creative, and let's try and be on the positive side. It's December 2019, 31 December, and we are all in awe because of it's now 2020. That everybody said it's the year of plenty and it's double vision. So we're all excited, and we planned, our strategies are in place, and we're excited about the year and what the year is going to bring. 1st of January 2020, and we're excited about what's going to happen, and this year starts off with a bang, or shall I say with a big ball of energy or a big ball of fire. And for me as a business owner, I'm excited because I've planned, I know where I'm going, I've got all my strategy elements in place. I was thinking about forming new partnerships, building relationships, and collaborating. I thought this year is going to be a year where we're going to collaborate, because at the end of the day, I feel in my business, I don't have competition. Everybody is business partners, and we all have a place under the sun. So this year started off great, and January came, and all of a sudden, it was just like a flash. 26th of March, and our beautiful president, Mr. Ramaphosa, announced we are in full lockdown. So I thought to myself, my word, what now? Okay, so now I'm on holiday. Now I'm actually on holiday and I can relax. So I thought to myself, well, I can be on holiday, but the reality is that we all have bills to pay. And then it kicked in. And then, I thought to myself, well, what am I going to do in order to mitigate the effects of COVID-19? What am I going to put in place? Now, as a business owner, I really had to think on my feet, and I really had to adapt to what is happening and what I'm facing. My whole strategy for the year was basically null and void. I had to start from scratch. I had to plan from scratch. I had to put things in place because our whole industry in marketing closed down. If you think about it, supply chain died off. Contracts were cancelled. Projects were placed on hold. And it's so difficult. What do you do at the end of the day? So I adapted my strategy, and I went on a few courses, and I upskilled my social media, and I think I'm now a social media boffin, because I'm on social media every day, the whole day, and I'm online. And that's what as a marketer, you have to be fully adaptable to what's happening out there, and what I learn in this time, I can help educate my clients as well, and show them the ropes and show them the way. So I adapted my strategy and I went online, and I'm so happy I actually did that. It's an emotional, I think it's an emotional roller coaster, and I think there's a lot of companies and a lot of business owners that feel that way, because all your planning is gone at the end of the day, and but I think it brings positiveness as well. It opens up new opportunities. Things that you thought might not work now really works for your business. And I've joined a lot of groups. I'm on a lot of network groups out there, and I've joined Red Corner Chat as well. And it's such an opportunity, it creates opportunities out there, and we all learn to focus differently, and I'm a video scare, for me being on video, I have to learn to relax at the end of the day, because it's out of my comfort zone. I can speak in front of people, but when it comes to video, one gets a little bit nervous, and I think it's human. I think it's normal. So we have to learn and adapt to our situation and our challenges out there. And yeah, I think we must just not give up. We must persevere and we must carry on and be positive and believe in yourself, because I think this too shall pass.
Absolutely. I love those words. And, it just goes back to the upskilling. I've been, in the last few weeks, I've been like a stuck record talking about upskilling, because I just believe that there's so many resources out there that people can actually latch onto. A lot of organizations or institutions are offering free courses online that people can do and just upskill themselves or just learn something new. I think, also with us women, we like cooking and baking on the lighter side, and try a new recipe or just get your mind active, because also, with your mental health is so important at this time, because a lot of people are in lockdown for 5 months and they haven't seen the outside world. How do you keep busy? So just do something that would really interest you and keep you occupied and keep that mind going. Tanja, just on business again, you spoke about job creation, you spoke about upskilling, you spoke about your objectives, that's coming from a true marketer. Now we've got to go back to the very sad state of COVID-19 again. Do you think there's hope for small businesses?
I definitely think so. I don't think we must close up business. I think we must persevere. I think we must push through. We must be positive. And I definitely believe that there is hope, because this is a phase. We're going through a phase. We're going through a challenge, and we're going through yes, it's hardship and it's difficulty, but it's really there is hope. We should really focus on how can we grow, what can we do, what can we learn, what can we use in order to help our businesses out there. And I just think, it's a hard topic, but I would definitely say that for all the business owners out there, don't give up. There is hope. If you look at what is set, the relief funds that are available, and I know that it's been a struggle out there to apply for those relief funds. There's many things that we can do. I mean, we've got beautiful Ronelle Jooste out there in the financial sector that also has quite a few talks out there to help us as business owners. What can we do, in order to survive? There's many things that we can put in place. So to all the SMEs and women in business out there, don't give up. It's just a phase, and there's many things and many ways that what we can do in order to help our businesses survive this. And I believe 2021 is going to be our year. I think we can all now have Christmas, and we can start again. And 2021 is going to be a great year. It's just a hurdle that we need to get over. But I definitely think there's hope. I definitely think we will survive, because we are the heart of South Africa, the unicorns of Africa.
Absolutely. I think COVID-19 has taught us all so much. But just in terms of businesses, how do you think small businesses can survive and thrive going forward post-COVID-19?
Shamila, if you don't mind, I've made a few notes because I think it's important. I've got four specific points that I would like to quickly discuss with you. I know we're running out of time.
We still have time.
Oh, all right. The points that I would want to discuss is that we spoke about upskilling. So we need to leverage technology. Because technology helps us to reach new customers at the end of the day. And it also then helps us to provide a distinctive value proposition. That is point one. So under digital and new technologies, it creates new opportunities for us, and then we can reach our efficiency at lower costs, for example. Because if you look at social media, if you look at Facebook and Instagram, I know it's data driven, but it's actually a free platform to use. And if it's appropriate for your business, it's a good platform to utilize to be online, and it's a free platform. If you look at the scale of disadvantage we have relative to larger players, larger players have got a lot of funding out there that they can use, but platforms that is out there and utilize the technology available. We can also focus on key areas of competitiveness. If we think of our value chain, our products, our services that we have to offer, and also the operations and identify the best technology levers to enhance our competitiveness out there. That is really a very valid point, is really to focus on digital. Then the second point that I want to discuss or focus on is to develop a clear market access strategy. So a clear market access strategy is it's using a more structured and holistic approach in developing a go-to-market strategy. So what are we going to use or do when we have to target our clients out there, and when we need to go to market? Because I mean, at the end of the day, we need to reduce the risk inherent in concentrating our sales with 1 or 3 customers out there. We need to access strategies to allow us to focus on our core value proposition. And I think that is a valid point. What is our value proposition? What do we stand for? What do we communicate out there, to our clients? What is our worth and our value that we offer? And that's our core value proposition can be leveraged to clearly position ourselves in a new market. And I really think that's important. If you think about what our strategy, or what do we do in business, what is our values? What do we offer to our clients out there? What is the message that we're going to connect to this value proposition, to tell our story and to get our voice in the marketplace? Now, the third point that I want to discuss this evening is that we need to drive efficiency as well as sales. So, we should really focus on increasing sales and managing our cash priorities. And that's why I said that, Ronelle Jooste is a fantastic financial advisor that, she really helps us as small businesses or entrepreneurs to show us how to manage our cash and not to be cash strapped out there, and looking at us as SMEs, that we can focus on operational efficiencies, and we can drive further competitiveness to support sales at the end of the day, while, potentially creating increased capacity in our businesses. And then the last point is that develop team skills. Focus on your teams within your company. Look at the capabilities and then also empower leadership. I think that is also a valid point to make if we, as an SME, look at the fast growth track and the struggle to scale up growth. I mean, growth in a company, it's difficult to grow a company out there, particularly when the founders are still in the active, involved, if they involved in the business in the beginning phase. So it's very difficult, to grow the company. So I really think that we should focus on developing team skills, and being there for one another and supporting one another at the end of the day.
Such great advice for budding entrepreneurs that are struggling. I think, we all need survival skills now to come out of COVID-19 and just go for the win-win-wins. Tanja, just more family now. Your son, how has COVID affected your son? And did you do any homeschooling? Take us through that.
Yes, I think it's he's now 7 years old and grade 1. And I think, for a little body like that, it's very difficult to explain, what we're going through and what the virus is all about. And there's quite a few interesting little video clips and little videos out there with little animated characters that explains the whole coronavirus and who I am and what do I do and how I get into your body. And, you know, just trying to teach these little ones about the coronavirus is quite interesting. And I must say, and I think it's telling the story about the coronavirus and what it is and our masks, and we need to sanitize and be aware, and we must do social distancing. His name is Heinrich. Now he's actually the one day, it was about 2 days. He took 2 days, and he constantly came to me and said, "How do you spell this word? And how do you spell that word?" And I'm like, "Why do you want all these words?" And he's like, "Doesn't matter. Just tell me, how do you spell corona and how do you spell sanitize?" But it's the Afrikaans word saniteer. And Francois and I are laughing, and we're not sure what is he doing. And eventually he wrote a little book. And I was so amazed how he actually, you know, learned about the coronavirus at the time when he was at school. And then obviously we talking about it. And he wrote a little 12-page book, even with a little heading about, you know, this is the story of the coronavirus, and telling this whole story, how he actually experiences it in his mind, is so beautiful, you know, just to see how it affects a little human, you know, and what effects it has on this little person. And we kept him busy throughout lockdown, and, you know, we kept it light. We didn't really talk about, you know, the bad or the downside of the coronavirus. We actually made it fun, you know, but still in a learning way, you know, so that he could adapt and know that it is a dangerous virus out there. In terms of homeschooling, our school is wonderful. They actually had an e-learning website that they drew up, which is lovely. And we had e-learning, and him and I was his teacher for the time period of lockdown, and he was obviously the pupil. It was a bit of a challenge, I must say, but I think we actually found each other, you know, in between this whole struggle. And we printed out all the work, and we did all the homework and all the videos that we had to make. And I must say, the school had a lovely program on this website, and we kept busy. And I think he enjoyed it. But I must say, in the end, he actually missed all his friends. And when he went back to school, it was actually a pleasure for Mom and for him, you know. So yeah.
I can tell you it's more like bonding time, because a lot of parents actually are now getting to live with their kids, because most of the time, you know, parents go to work and they just miss out on those precious moments. I recently saw on social media where women are pulling their hair out because, you know, of being with their kids, and they say, "Oh, school's opening because we need to send our kids to school."
Yeah. But I must say that it is quite scary sending them to school, you know, because now you're sending them out in this world. And I actually saw a photograph on Facebook as well about, it was a city filled with people, and all these coronavirus were just dropping down, you know. And it actually then made a picture in my mind that I'm sending my boy out now, and all these coronavirus all over, you know. And it's actually scary if you think about it. And when Cyril said that, you know, we can actually, the school's closed again, I actually felt quite relieved, I must say, just having him back home, because it's, you know, it's scary out there, and all the children being exposed. But yeah, it's been a challenge, and yeah, I've wanted to kill him from time to time, but yeah, otherwise than that, it was a great bonding time. You know, we learned to get to know one another from scratch.
Just on a lighter note, what do you do for fun?
Me? Oh, that's a good question. I love to cycle. I am a mountain bike fundi. So for me to mountain bike and ride my bike over all these rocks and crevices, and yeah, I clear my mind, and my big thing is mountain biking. So I'm an outdoorsy person. So I love to camp, and mountain biking is my absolute joy and absolute favorite. It's really such a nice way of relaxing as well. People would say, yeah, but it's very difficult, and you cycle and your bum gets tired, and you know, and it's such a thing to do mountain biking different to road cycling. But yeah, no, I think mountain biking is my thing, you know, so that's my fun.
Tanja, we know that CEOs read about 50 to 60 books per year. What is the last book you read, or what are you reading currently? Because I'm reading The Art of Living by Dalai Lama, and it's amazing.
That's wonderful.
Yes, I just started.
Yes. Yes, I actually am reading a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I've never read the book. I think it's Robert Kiyosaki, and I've never actually read the book. And it's such a, you know, it's such a lovely book to bring into your company and into your business foundation. You know, at the end of the day, and reading is fantastic. And I really think that, you know, above upskilling, yeah, that's one of the things, you know, is keeping ahead of the trends. And although it's an older book, but, you know, I think reading is wonderful. I think there's Stephen Covey as well, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful, yeah.
And the 8.
That as well.
There's an 8 as well.
Yeah. So I haven't read it I haven't read that yet, but I'll still get there.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll still get there, but yeah.
Absolutely. Tanja, just your message to women. It's Women's Month. What is your power message to the women out there?
Right. I want to entice all of you as businesswomen to be positive, believe in yourself, grab every opportunity out there. Like Richard Branson said, if you don't know how to do it, say yes you can and find out later.
Yes.
and yes, you know, just find out later and then just do it, you know, and persevere, because it's all about moving from success to significance at the end of the day. And us as businesswomen is we stand up for our rights. You know, we believe in ourselves, and let's empower one another. Let's be there for one another. Let's take hands and collaborate. Be positive out there, because there's place for everyone under the sun. And I would just like to bless everybody and say, don't give up. Stand strong. You know, believe in who you are, because together we can be the unicorns of Africa.
Empowered women empower women. Tanja, how can one get hold of you?
Shamila, I can give you my cell phone number. I have a Facebook page, and then I also have a website that one can visit, www.cubestudio.co.za. And yeah, and then we've got a lovely Facebook page. We try and be interactive, and I'm on all the social media groups. I think a lot of people have seen me as well. And then I have my cell phone number. It's 083-602-7908. I'm always available. People say that, why don't you ever sleep? I'm like, no, I always strategize. I'm always creative. So if you need to contact me, send me a WhatsApp any time of day. I'm more than willing to help and support and give advice. And that's what I love to do in business. So yes, that's me.
I think you need to take some time off and relax a bit as well. I'm trying to practice that, which is not happening, but it's going to happen soon. I think it's very important for our health. Just on that note, I want to say thank you very much for joining today. Such inspiration from an awardee, a great entrepreneur that is just so successful. I wish you everything of the best post-COVID, and I do know you have what it takes to grow and just get bigger. So all the best, Tanja.
Thank you, Shamila, and I would like to wish you all love and success, and thank you very much for this opportunity to be on the platform this evening. It's a lovely opportunity to chat and just to have a chat and empower women and be there for one another. And bless you and thank you so much. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you, and you too, Tanja.
Thanks. Bye. Bye.
Bye.